All right, we're back. Circling Back podcast presented by Vizzy Hard Seltzer, the only hard seltzer with vitamin C and superfruit acerola. My name's Will DeFreeze. To my left, David Bing Bong Ruff.
Why is the thumbnail from yesterday's Coffee Tuesday me, Kevin McAllistering? Like, what is that? Did I do? I did do that.
You don't remember the part where you put on aftershave live on the podcast?
That's me. That's my impression.
That's perfect. Dude, that was good.
Kevin McAllister.
That's good. Randy, mark that down for today's thumbnail.
Oh man, it freaking burns. Shoot.
That's not what he said.
The thing about that scene is that it should only really sting if he shaved. Like if you just put it on your skin, it's not gonna sting that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Good point, man.
Maybe he did shave.
I mean, maybe.
And I would opt for like a natural, like astringent, like a witch hazel.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That'd be a banger for sure. Dude, what I'm wondering about Home Alone is like, what does Kevin's dad do for a living? Like,
that house is huge.
To bring all those family members to France for a trip and live in that house, like he must be doing well.
I still think he should have just called the cops and just ended the whole charade.
Is Kevin actually a psychopath? He was enjoying that violence a little too much.
Right?
This would be the worst podcast. It's just that's the stream room. It's just us reviewing movies like that.
All right, now that we're done with Home Alone, let's go to our next segment. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Okay.
Dylan, let's have you weigh in first.
That's the same vibe for sure.
That's scripted. Circling back.
Speaking of the aftershave scene, I was putting deodorant on the other day. Parks was with me, and he asked for a little.
You give him a hit?
He wanted a little hit of it, and he thought he was like so manly.
Yeah.
He started flexing in front of the mirror. I was like, dude, this is sick.
The big moments of like puberty and stuff, like they were almost embarrassing for me because I was like, I had hairy legs before my boys, like all that kind of stuff. But when I got to start using deodorant, I was loving it.
I was like proud to get hair under my arms for some reason. Like
armpit hair is kind of a rite of passage.
It's gross, but like I felt manly when I had it. I was like showing it off.
You got testosterone flowing through.
It was sick.
Toxic.
Weren't you 9 when you got armpit hair?
No. No, I wasn't.
I definitely knew. I knew some dudes, a couple guys who hit puberty. Like, I mean, like I feel like it was like 10 or 11.
Oh yeah,
like
and they're very good at sports.
Like, yeah, up until they get to high school and then they level
suck at
off.
Sports. Yeah.
Shout out to my Aunt Shelly. December 31st, 1999. She took me into my parents' bathroom and said, "Will, we got to get rid of this wispy mustache you got going on your upper lip."
Parks has a couple little stash hairs. He tells me he has a mustache coming in. He's real proud of it. But it's just like
he's your little wispy boy,
little kid, peach fuzz kind of.
Yeah, my aunt just didn't want me going into the new millennium with a peach fuzz on my upper lip.
Dude, your aunt did you a real disservice that night.
Why? Oh, by taking away my mustache?
Yeah, I mean, like.
Did it need to be done?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah, no,
good.
and it was a good domino to fall because like it made me start doing it regularly, and I was too scared to take the initial dive alone, and I needed someone to do it for me.
Well, the rumor amongst my friend circle, and I feel like this is universal, is like, oh, well, like if you want your beard or mustache or sideburns to grow in, just shave like every other day, and like when you shave it, it comes back in thicker, and like we believe that. And
people still believe that, Dave.
The results did shock me.
Are people still trying to pull that over on other people? That it's like an old wives' tale.
Yeah,
you shave it and grow back. No, it's not.
It might grow in different. It might grow in at like a different angle, and it might grow in a little coarser. But I think the idea that it grows in thicker and more rapid is just not correct.
You telling me you shave and like new hair follicles will just generate? No, it doesn't work that way.
Man, I'd be shaving my head like every month.
There you go.
Because I'm losing my hair.
Right.
Damn, we're men in STEM right now.
We're not.
Should we have a guys in STEM podcast where we on Patreon where we just have people send us scientific questions and we try to sort through them?
Dave is actively trying to get the thumbnail over here.
Yeah,
for this episode.
Dude,
look at him.
So ever since
thumbnail chasing,
like probably a month and a half ago, we decided to change up our thumbnails on YouTube over at youtube.com/watchedmedia. And it's just been an all-out race to get the thumbnail, the image.
Hold on.
Don't J-bone it, man. Come on.
Like,
yeah, I'm gonna start J-boning.
At one point, Dylan got like 5 in a row, and I had to call Randy out. I was like, "What's your deal? Like, why are you just giving all the thumbnails to Dylan the entire time?"
Dude, they were sick.
I just did that when you can't head it. Don't surrender, Cobra. Oh, that looked like something else.
Yeah, it looked like you were getting
Sorry.
top.
Okay. Oh, yeah, he's thinking man.
Yeah, there you go.
He's a thinking man's
There it is.
podcaster.
You can intro me if you
I
like.
did. I already
Yeah, he
did.
did. He kind of did.
Yeah,
did?
I did during the it's a hot dog a sandwich segment.
So I would like to announce that Dylan's pre-wedding
He's
fitness
calling you a hot dog.
fitness journey is well underway, or as I like to call it, Operation Shreddy Weddy
Okay.
is going.
Okay.
Hit the Randy like that. Hit the stair climber yesterday. He just absolutely got after it.
Just an unknown amount of stories.
Just
however.
noodle legs at the end of it, man. Just sweating buckets.
Kind of
It was
noodles,
wild.
like penne.
Just ramen,
Oh.
Lipton.
top ramen.
James Lipton.
Anyway,
Don't say
look
top
out.
ramen.
Look out, dude. What's wrong with that?
I don't know.
Look out, man. I want to be you'll only recognize me in 3 weeks. You probably will.
So since when Dave and I roll over to the hotel, like before the wedding, like normally this happens at like, you know, for the guys, it happens a little later in the afternoon, but you're kind of doing the morning wedding on that Sunday.
The ceremony starts at 10:30. I need y'all to be up early.
Yeah.
that
So
day.
like, are we going to be just pounding whiskey beforehand, like in the hotel room?
we're not
y'all
going to
gonna
be
have a-
pounding. We're certainly not going to be pounding whiskey.
Okay.
But
You
I
guys
would
gonna
like
have
to
a-
have like a cocktail,
Okay.
maybe a glass of champagne or two.
Since it's so early, thank you for bringing that up. Since it's so early, you're all going to have a big old cock there announcing it, a rooster. Because it's a fucking early wedding.
I mean, 10:30. It's not 6 a.m. Have you ever been to a sunrise wedding? I have. They stink.
What?
No.
No, that's a thing.
Yeah. I went to one like on the hike and bike trail, like overlooking the lake. It was like 6:15. Like, what are we
Man,
doing?
I had a few tequila sunrises before a wedding. Is
And
that the same
everyone,
thing?
everyone went home and took a nap, and then the reception was like later that afternoon.
What the fuck?
I was like, this is.
I mean, I respect it because it's different, but fuck all that.
I mean, the bride had to
Daddy's
start
sleeping
getting
in.
ready at like 3:00.
D-Man needs 6+ hours.
Yeah. I have an old take that I'd like to expose myself for. I used to be anti New Year's Eve weddings. I'm all in on New Year's
Yeah.
Eve weddings.
Yeah,
at this
that's
point.
In my 20s, hated them. In my 30s, they're the best thing
Dude,
ever.
the last one I went to, I think it was probably 4 or 5 years ago, and it was so fun. It was just a built-in party on New Year's Eve where we all got to get dressed up. Like I'm all in on it. I'm gonna renew my vows on New Year's Eve this year.
It's a great idea, man.
Thank you.
Didn't you have food poisoning that one New Year's and you had to renew your bowels?
I mean, probably.
I'm doing a lot.
Probably.
We can move on.
There's
into
probably
the
been a-
actual podcast. I'm sorry.
There's probably been a New Year's Eve where I had a tum-tum issue.
Definitely was for me.
That sounds on brand for me.
Yeah, you got a bad tom-tom, man.
We need to bring that back. Like, oh, that's on brand.
Oh, stay on brand.
Like 2016 internet stuff.
I miss those days. The internet was simpler back then.
All we cared about was going viral.
Still do.
Go viral today. Smack.
As you guys know, yesterday was the 5th Tuesday of March, which means that we had no other choice but to do Coffee Tuesday on Patreon.
Yeah.
No rundown, just vibes.
Yeah.
It hit Diffie. Also, we did we're doing worst of next week for Patreon on Tuesday. We're doing voicemails tomorrow. Dad Pod's gonna make a triumphant return when it's April. Go over there, check it out. Patreon.com/circlingbackpodcast. Like I said, we're also doing voicemails tomorrow. Call in 888-618-4422. Again, 888-618-4422. If you're sitting there and you're like, Psh, that's not, I just called that like last week and it wasn't working. Well, guess what? It's working now.
Yeah, put
Yeah,
the
we
word
paid-
out.
We paid our bill.
Yeah. Dylan called them and bitched him out.
No, we had a credit card that it's not even expired. I don't know what happened.
It probably got flagged for weird non-company expenditures.
Oh, really? The card was used at the vet clinic, and suddenly they had to shut it down.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like, why is this media company buying dogs?
You don't buy dogs at the vet.
You probably could.
You've never offered someone money for their dog at the vet before?
Yo, that's a sick Doberman.
Yo, how much?
It's like gonna set me back.
Hey, I'll even cover whatever that dog's in here for today.
I'll sweeten it. Let me sweeten the deal for you.
I'll pay off the rest of that contract.
Mhm. Mhm.
Just get this dog out of here.
Yeah, what's good with that corgi over there,
Yeah.
huh?
Ping me the paperwork.
Corgis are cute, man.
They are.
They're vicious little fucks.
That's what I hear.
Dude, the one at our last apartment, like, I mean, he was
They're
generally
mad cute though.
he was generally nice, but when he got pissed off, he got pissed off.
They're just a little moody.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. The owner was very corgi like as well, and she seemed to have the same temperament.
Was she mad cute?
I mean, she was not. Yeah, kind of.
Okay.
I don't know if mad cute, but she was cute.
Okay.
Yeah, shouts to her.
Okay.
The corgi or the owner?
Both of them. You know, dogs tend to look like their owners, or vice versa.
That's the thing people say, and
You look just like Rain.
You
feel like
look
that's the
exactly.
I feel like no, I don't.
Do I look like Rosie?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
Rosie kind of has like the brown on around the mouth, and then
I have a theory that everyone looks like a certain animal. Like there's a
I'm a beaver.
You're very beaver-like.
Can I be otter instead?
I feel like Dave's more of an otter than you are. You're beeve.
Dave's not an otter.
Dave's like
Definitely,
I don't know actually. Like they do kind of have like a little mustache kind of thing going on, Dave. You might be an otter, my friend.
Yeah.
What's Dylan?
Dylan is a grackle.
That's so rude. It's a trash bird.
I didn't know what a grackle was
Correct.
until I moved to Austin.
They're trash birds. They're fine. A pigeon is the rat of the sky.
No, bats are rats of the sky, dude. You've said this before, and I've corrected you. Like bats are definitely the
Bats
rats
are
of the sky.
nocturnal though.
Let's give you guava though.
What?
What?
Well, I was playing a concert
right?
back in the day, and a bat flew on stage, and I grabbed it and I bit its head off.
When did this happen?
Like the 80s.
Oh man, guava's a fruit. I'm way the.
It was right before we played Crazy.
What are you talking about?
What am I thinking of? Oh yeah, bat poop, guano.
I was gonna say guavas.
Yeah, that was way off.
That'd be chill if
It's like, I
dude,
fuck
if
with
bats were
guavas.
just rolling around giving you guavas. Like I might acquire one.
They just bring you guava.
Yeah, like that's kind of sweet.
Yeah, there's bat poop coffee.
Go rate and review the podcast as well.
We definitely have talked about this.
We talked about cat poop coffee.
We didn't do. Yeah, we did that. Okay.
Bat poop coffee sounds like it would start another pandemic. Like I'm gonna stay away from that for a little bit. Just saying.
Well, didn't that dude eat that bat in China?
No, I don't think that's how. I don't think that's how it really started.
Didn't you have to eat a bat for?
We should give our theories
for
though and
pledge-
get taken
pledging?
down.
No, but I had to eat a whole
Didn't they
fish.
give you an Easton?
I ate a whole fish, tail and head included.
Well,
Bones included?
Yeah, that's their money.
It's their money, yeah.
Dylan doesn't realize that the metal bats they use in college baseball have been like taken down a notch. So it's not like they can just hit piss missiles like they used to. Dylan doesn't realize that.
Yeah.
You don't remember the Gorilla Ball era
Oh,
of the 90s?
I was molded by it.
Of the 90s.
You see,
When guys were just like murdering, it was like 28-14 was a normal score for a game. They had to really dial it back. They did it several times. You don't know shit, David.
a bunch of UT players had their obligations fulfilled yesterday for their Snap Kitchen NIL deal.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, they were just all posting photos of their Snap Kitchen together.
Is
That's
Snap,
kinda
is Snap Kitchen worth it? There's one right around the corner. From me.
I would say that if
And does it
if
matter
you-
that I deleted Snap from my phone?
if you didn't have time
They're not
to go
related.
get your meals every day and you wanted to eat a healthy meal at the office and you ate at your desk, I would say maybe it's worth it then. But because you have time to go get food every day and you can kind of manipulate your schedule, I'm going to say that it's not worth it for you.
you don't know me, boy.
Dude, they're expensive. Like I actually think their best meals are their breakfast.
Facts.
Well, let me tell you this: they put off major $14 for one meal. That's not really going to fill me up because it's like 400 calorie vibes.
Yeah, they have different sizes, but
Okay.
to get the size that you would need,
Oh yeah.
you're
Yeah.
paying $14.
So
keep going.
early Grand X days, Rhino used to buy just like loads of those Snap Kitchen breakfast ones.
Mhm.
Like they're in all the time. I had one like every morning for a year. And there's one called, I think, a Morning Sunshine or something like that. And he called them Sun Cheese. And it was, for some reason, pretty funny to me.
Sun cheese.
Have you had your Sun Cheese yet today?
Pre-made breakfast sounds difficult to nail.
They
More
were
so than lunch or dinner.
they were good. They're loaded with sausage, egg, and
yeah.
like maybe like a sweet potato. They're good.
Yeah, I was fucking with those hashes for sure.
Yeah,
Is that part of your shreddy weddy diet?
maybe.
No, you can't be eating sweet potatoes during your shreddy weddy.
So I got a pump in this morning and I had a smoothie.
Sweet potatoes are actually a great carb.
I had a smoothie, Will.
Low glycemic index, actually.
There's something in my brain that every time I hear the word smoothie, I think, and then me and mommy made a movie.
Yeah, that's fair.
You wanna
You're a
hop on
fan of
my-
Kanye West?
I am.
Dave, do you want to hop on my shreddy weddy routine with me?
I've already got something I'm doing, and it's honestly more for your after wedding,
Uh-huh.
Mexico.
Well, we can rebrand it to incorporate the Cabo part of it.
Okay,
I like shreddy weddy though.
I'm
Shreddy
doing-
Weddy's pretty good. I gotta tell you, you should trademark that. Put it on some merch.
I'm doing my hard 35 before my Italy vacation.
You told me about that.
Yeah.
It's usually a hard 75, but you dialed it
No, and I'm
back.
doing 35.
You knocked 40 days off.
And I'm also not doing any of the other stuff that hard
Yeah, you're
hard
just-
75
you're
requires.
just gonna
Is that
work
where you have
out.
to like go to the park and read a book and
Yeah.
then do like a couple push-ups?
Yeah, you have to do one indoor workout, one outdoor
The
workout.
hard 75 is ridiculous.
No, my hard 35 is. Should I call it the soft 35?
Yeah.
It's my soft 35 consists of me doing 35 days in a row of 35-minute workouts on the Peloton.
The hard 75 is 45 minutes of indoor workout, 45 minutes of outdoor workout. And then you have to read like X amount of pages in like a self-help book or something.
That's real?
Yeah.
The
I
pages
didn't-
the pages read is not enough for me. Like it's like 10 pages, which
Let
should
me-
take you all of
and
less
this
than
is-
10 minutes.
This is 75 days straight,
Who
by
made
the way.
this?
Hard 75 rules.
Well, you're looking that up. Let me just note that
Oh,
this chapter of my life is called Soft 37.
okay. Here it is. Here's the full thing. So you have to follow a diet. You get to pick the diet. That's your choice, dealer's choice there. The 45-minute workouts was correct. Drink a gallon of water a day. That's easy.
If you're not doing that already.
And read 10 pages of nonfiction.
That's soft.
10 pages.
And you take a daily progress picture.
Who's reading nonfiction these days? There's
You
too
have
much
to post
bad
it?
shit going on in the world. Learn yourself.
You don't have to post it now.
Nonfiction's for softies.
I read nonfiction.
Shut up.
I do.
Well, I mean, read nonfiction.
Oh,
Shut up,
cool.
dude. You know.
I have an imagination. I'm Dave. Oh, I'm thinking fiction. I'm an idiot.
Yeah,
You got
I
it
fucked this up on Twitter the other day
Yeah,
too.
you did.
My
This is
brain
your left,
flips.
right.
My brain flips. This
You-
is another left right.
It's a flippy. Yeah.
I don't know why I can't do with this.
Dude, it's Operation Shreddy Weddy.
I told you guys, like when the lady at the
He's not
golf
gonna get
tournament,
past this.
when the lady at the golf tournament was telling us to move to our right to not get run over by a golf cart, like my brain shorted out. And
Yeah, you panic.
I
Are
had
you the
visions.
king of the,
You just stood still.
Which way?
I almost just laid down so she could drive over me and I wouldn't get hurt.
Go on.
It
do
is very odd that you still have trouble with that.
I have trouble with all that stuff, man. You put non in front of a word and I start second guessing. I start flipping things.
There should be a word for nonfiction.
Yeah, just call it made up or just call it real.
Yeah, real. Like there's fiction. You know, it's like saying stupid and non-stupid.
Yeah.
Just say smart.
Yeah.
There's a word for it.
Yeah, see,
You
this,
get
is,
it,
this
Dave?
isn't on me. Like they're
Yeah.
making it confusing by just doing that.
Dumb people.
Thank you for justifying my stupidity right now.
People in their books think they're all smart. They're actually just dumb.
Wouldn't that be different? Because isn't stupid an adjective?
It is. So is nonfiction and fiction.
Is it?
It's a fiction book. Sure. The book is fiction.
Bird
the person is
dogs.
stupid.
We're just scratching the surface of this wormhole, baby. Wait
Let's-
till you
let's
see
get
where
it- let's get in the
Don't
weeds
goes.
scratch.
on this
Don't
one.
scratch the surface of my wormhole, dog. Let's hear from our friends over at Bird Dogs. You guys know these gym shorts. They're called gym shorts, but like they don't need to be gym shorts. You can wear them pretty much anywhere and get that fit off.
I'm also I've also launched Operation Find My Bird Dog Shorts that I'm devastated to have lost.
Fritz is obsessed with it. I have a pair of like tie-dyed Bird Dog shorts that are sitting in my closet, and Fritz is obsessed with them. He follows me into the closet, immediately grabs those shorts, and just starts playing with them.
Put them on him.
Dude, I mean, I don't think they'd fit right now because I'm a size 34
He's
waist.
getting
It's
chonky.
pretty on brand for him, though.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, he was born on 420. These things have a built-in silky soft inner liner that never rides up.
The best liner in the game.
They do have the goated liners.
They do.
I
There's no question.
don't hand out that title lightly,
Mm-mm.
but their liners just are different.
They are, man.
Go to birddogs.com, enter promo code CIRCLING, and they'll throw in a free Bird Dogs beanie. That's birddogs.com, promo code CIRCLING, and boom, a free Bird Dogs beanie with your pair of Bird Dogs. Stay warm and comfortable in your Bird Dogs, baby. Dave, do we have aliens coming for our asses?
Oh, I thought we were going to do the Cara Delevingne story. Yes. Well,
No, you called her Cara Devine earlier.
I did. I didn't. I'm unfamiliar with her work outside of just vibing. That's how I know.
Next
her
to the
now.
mayor of New York.
This website stinks, baby. I'm getting
Yeah, I'm not clicking the
pop-ups
link.
like-
I think
You're not clicking the Daily Star.
Just
It's
mad
pretty reputable,
pop-ups.
Pretty reputable source.
Oh
He's a
my God.
professor of history at Temple University, specializing in ufology. That's a thing. And he's written several books on the subject of alien abductions. You see where I'm going with this? Interviewing
No.
alleged survivors to gather and compare different testimony. Like, what's going on here? He's just being a professor. That's what they do. He's probably got tenure. Probably just sits in his office and just drinks coffee and farts and shit.
He's just cooking in the lab, man.
He's in there just whipping up that work. Anyway, he is now kind of sounding the alarm. he is saying that aliens are abducting humans and living on Earth before a full-scale invasion. So they're among us. Per Dr. David Jacobs, a professor of history at Temple University, again, just resetting the story. For
What
everyone.
evidence does this fella have?
He claims that by
You can't just
abducting...
make a claim like that.
Well,
No, I
more
believe
to
this
it.
claim. I don't know if they're all going to take over and invade, but I do think that we're living among aliens.
He has spoken to hundreds of people who claim to have been abducted. And he has done reverse hypnotherapy. I don't know what it's called. You try to get a suppressed
Is that where
memory out.
you put it down, flip it in, reverse it?
No, it's just where you hang out with the boys drinking hypno.
Oh, that sounds sick.
I've never had
Yeah.
hypno.
I think I have.
You
probably-
hang out in your parents' garage drinking hypno with your high school buddies.
What is absinthe? Is it in the same family?
No, I don't think so.
Absinthe is like
It's supposed to make you trip out a little bit or
Right.
something,
it's
but
you
like
can only get this in the Netherlands.
no, you can
I've
literally
tried
get
it.
it. Like I
Tried it
drank it
here.
in San Francisco recently.
What is hypnotic? It's just
Hypnotic is that
just a
blue
brand.
shit.
It's just liquor.
Yeah, it's just
Okay.
liquor. Yeah.
That's sick though.
I mean,
anyway, back to the
Have you guys ever watched someone from afar and been like they might be aliens?
I've never had that thought, but I've seen some weird ass people walk around. Like, how do you get that weird?
Sometimes I'll just be like, one day I was waiting for a sandwich. I ordered a sandwich for pickup, and as we all know, during COVID, like you could wait in your car and they'd bring it out to you. And I was waiting one day, and I saw a family walk into a restaurant, and the family just had weird ass vibes,
Alien vibes.
and everyone in the family at no point did they ever not hold hands. They weren't all holding hands together, but someone in the family was holding hands with someone else in the family at all times.
I think they're like
Never break the chain.
transferring energy to each other.
I
or
was just
something.
like, what? Why? Like, your kids are old enough where you don't need to hold their hand at a restaurant.
How old are we talking?
Like 12 at least. I'm like, it's fine if you're holding their hand while you're walking to the restaurant down the sidewalk, but once you get in the restaurant, do you need to hold hands the entire time you're in there? I just thought it was weird. I wanted to see their hands and see if they had like a diamond or like they don't have diamond hands. They might invest in crypto.
100%.
But what if they had like some kind of gem or jewel in their hands and they were like touching them, and that's how
Okay,
they were
John?
staying alive? Yeah, maybe the Joms were on cop.
There's some
You gonna make a jewel pod joke? You can. I'd like you to. Seems like something you'd do.
I wasn't going there in my head.
Should we do a pod where it's called the Jewel Pod and we have to take a hit of the jewel before we can actually speak every time?
Dude, maybe
It's a terrible idea.
I like it.
maybe if they dabble in jewels, maybe they're just here to save our souls.
It's fair. I don't want
I
aliens fucking
will
with my soul.
Save your soul.
Not how it goes.
How's it go?
Like that.
Oh yeah, that's a Jules.
That's
Line.
the
How does it go
remix.
for real?
It's who will. She's
Who
asking a
will
question.
save Dave's
It
soul?
was more of a rhetorical question, though.
Who will save? That was bad. That one was bad. I'll admit. The other ones were
No,
beautiful.
they were all pretty much the same, and they all sounded like shit.
Beautiful.
Well, let me just say this. This is where it gets a little bit spooky. Hit that cum thunder.
Will hit it, man.
Professor went on to claim that he had spoken to huge numbers of abductees who had told him that in the future they would have a, quote, job to do. He explained when they get older, they will be required to stand on the corner of a street. There will be a large number of people running down the street, and your job is to say, hey, just keep moving. Everything will be okay. That's a very specific job that I feel like
That job
doesn't require a
stinks.
lot of training.
No, I could do that job right now.
Like, I don't even think you need to be like OSHA certified for that.
This dude's wacky. He's a whack job.
He's a professor.
Well, they had some nice graphics that they used in this column. Randy, can you throw one of these on the screen? Yeah. So they have one of these aliens sitting in what appears to be a red velvet chair, just drinking a cup of Bing Bong. He's absolutely shredded.
He's not doing a very good job of like blending in.
Look at his trap
He's
game.
very, very obviously an alien.
His trap game is stupid.
How do you think he takes his coffee?
He looks so good with a cardigan over those traps.
Bing bong.
I will take one large venti Bing Bong, please.
One single crumb of creamer.
Why is he drinking coffee like that?
Dude, he's just had a long day of mind control and shit, and he needs to block the
It looks like he just got
receptors.
done meditating, and he's like, "All right, now it's time for the bong."
Maybe that's what is bringing the aliens to Earth. We have just the dopest coffee down here. They can't grow it up on their shit.
They don't have that bat guava to
Yeah,
poop.
they don't have bat guava.
No, the bat
bats,
eats
bats
the
don't bring
guava.
them any guava.
Bat eats the guava, then poops it out, and then we make dope coffee with it.
Maybe their coffee beans
Guava
are super,
coffee. I
are
think that
super
tastes
mid.
bad.
You know what I mean?
The fact that the other image that they used for this column is getting overshadowed, it's unfortunate because they just have a dude. If you saw this dude at the coffee shop ordering a bing bong, like you'd immediately be like, "Oh, that's an alien."
Yeah, hey man,
Yeah,
your
like-
face is blue and it has a grid on it.
Doing
Yeah.
a terrible job of disguising yourself, sir.
I can't tell you whether or not these images are photoshopped, but if these are real images that they used for this column specifically, then I have no other choice but to say that yes, aliens are living among us. There's
Will.
proof. There's photographic proof right here.
Do you think these are fiction or like not fiction?
Whoa.
So are they real or are they nonfiction?
Are they real or are they not real?
You guys need to. Can we just do a segment where you guys start giving me things like just two different things, and I have to tell you what they are? Because I've struggled with nonfiction and
Yin and
fiction
yang.
so many
Are
times.
you a yin or a yang guy?
I think I'm a yang guy. The way that he positioned himself to get the trucker vote, I really appreciated that.
Yang gang, he's of course referencing.
And of course, the $1,000 a month for everybody.
Yeah, that was good
Universal
too.
basic income.
That
it's
sounds
coming.
crazy sick. I'm in.
We're a decade away.
Ubi.
Yeah, I call it UBI. Sorry, I don't know why. Friday's dead.
He needs to come up with a better name than universal basic income. Like no one wants to be called.
I don't
You don't want your income basic.
Basic income have an ass.
Like if he called him swaggy check, if he called him swaggy checks every month, like monthly swag checks, like then
But
we'd
it's not
all vote
swag
for him.
if
No,
everybody
people would
gets
just go
them.
buy like Balenciaga like slides and shit with them.
it's not swag if everybody's getting the same check. I want my check to be more.
What if he
baller
called
than
them drip
Dylan's.
dividends? Like we're all voting for Yang if we get drip dividends every single month.
Honestly, yeah. If you brand it that way, how do you vote against that?
Drip it in.
Double D's instead of UBI. Like yeah, I think we have something here.
Hey, if you understand basic economics and have any issue with what was just said, definitely email Dylan at washedmedia.com and let him know exactly why.
I will delete your email before even opening it.
If
But
there
yeah, go
if
ahead.
there was anyone at Grand X who was an alien living among us at the company, who do you think it would have been? I have mine, and I mean it in a good way. You ready for it?
Yeah.
Rachel Page.
Why?
She might be an alien
Why?
because she's kind of just living in like her she's crafted an entire world around her.
She has.
Like I do, it's something I don't really understand, but I think that in terms of like taking her content as far as she can possibly take it, she's done as good a job as anybody at Grand X has done of making a living out of it.
she's riding her own wave.
Yeah.
And you have to respect that.
If she's not an alien, she definitely has alien friends that are like dapping her up and stuff.
I think the answer is obviously Dylan.
That's true.
We've
Oh,
done-
we
we've
had
done
no
this.
childhood. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
I think maybe Jake Goldman would be a candidate
Oh.
because he, he has that Hyde Park, not Hyde Park, Highland Park, way of speaking. Like he's trying to figure out how to talk. You know,
He knows how to talk.
Yeah.
he
think
sounds
he
like he's
knows how
from
to
Southern
talk.
California and Highland Park at the same time, but he's from Florida.
No, it's the Highland Park kids have adopted the Southern California speak.
It's because they're watching so much Kershaw.
And it's not just Highland Park. It's like
No, you're right.
it's here, man. It's freaking here.
If you
No, I don't know. Jake is from Florida though.
if you compared Highland Park to Westlake, who's got the better athletes coming out of there?
Ooh, I think Westlake has had more. Like Justin Tucker is like the best kicker ever.
I think Westlake volume wise, but I think Highland Park has the studs.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, they got Stafford, Kershaw. I don't know if you know that. They played together.
Right.
Yeah.
Westlake has
Scotty
Drew
Chef.
Brees. You hear about?
I
This
mean, they
guy?
got Breeze. Foles won a
Nick
Super
Foles,
Bowl,
Drew
but
Brees.
Foles isn't exactly.
the best
Breeze
kicker,
and Stafford have the same number of Super
the
Bowls.
best kicker of all time.
People don't talk
Justin
about that.
Tucker, goated.
Yeah, I would say Highland Park, but it's definitely a conversation now that I really think about it.
I think they should give the Lions a little miniature Super Bowl trophy for Stafford's win because like that they don't win the Super Bowl without us trading Stafford to him. I think we should get a little tiny guy.
Jake's not gonna be offended by what I said. I love Jake. He's not gonna be offended by that, right?
Oh, I'm sure he won't, man.
I mean, he hosts a podcast with Dan and Rob. I don't think that anything you said about Jake right now is going to make him more offended than anything that they've said to him.
I'm gonna text him after this. I'm gonna say, dude, Dylan was just.
Dylan
coming
thinks you're
from
an
I'm a
alien.
Jake guy. He's always been really nice to me. Big Jake guy.
You
We
just
got
think
a
he's
beer
alien.
recently.
He got what?
We went and got a beer recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's the end
man.
of the story. We just went and got a beer.
Wow, what happened next?
He went to Jets and picked up a pizza and went home, and my Uber took 30 minutes, so I just sat there by myself. That's a true
nice.
story. It was real fun. It was fun.
Who's your alien pick?
Dylan.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I forgot that.
that might be.
No, that's probably one of the better ones.
I mean, I know it's like the obvious pick, but
You could convince me Bay's an alien that she hasn't seen Billy Madison. Talk about not having a childhood.
What's her problem?
Like, are
I
you?
wasn't gonna say anything about that. But
She's a 10, but
Yeah,
she's
It's
never
tou-
seen just one of the most iconic comedies of all time.
she's a 10, but she only sprays Pepsi out of her nose when she laughs during movies.
That's a weird one, man.
That'd be tough.
I'll try to get her to stop drinking Pepsi. while
Like,
she
imagine
watches
your
movies.
couch after watching like Dumb and Dumber.
Just
Pepsi,
like take
Pepsi
the
is
Pepsi. You
not
just gotta like.
overrated. Not a big Pepsi guy.
I'm not either, man. And when waiters like, oh no, we don't have Coke, we do have Pepsi. Like, well, okay, well it's completely different. No, thank you.
They're not that
Please
much
leave my
different. Like,
table.
they're just sugar water.
They're different.
Wild cherry Pepsi's better than cherry Coke. Ooh, people weren't ready
no,
for that.
That is a good.
People
tip.
weren't ready for that.
We had that at Subway.
I don't
Dude,
know if I've ever
so
had
good.
wild
We
cherry
had that-
Pepsi.
we had
It's
that on the
so
fountain at
good. I don't know
Subway.
why it's different, but it's different. It is so good.
We're talking Crystal Pepsi. Sign me up.
I've still never had that. I don't think it made its way up to Northern Michigan. The distributors didn't have that up there.
It wasn't like better, but it was clear. So you feel like you were doing something special, and and you were.
You ever had cherry 7 Up?
Yeah.
It's essentially just having like a Shirley Temple in a bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So good. Anyway. Sunday, gotta get down on Sunday. It's hard to imagine, but spring,
Oh, I was wondering where this.
pretty much here at this point. You know, it's been a quick winter.
Oh, it's been 80s this week, dog.
We are so close to feeling that soft grass under our feet, but we need first to get our lawn back. And thankfully, Sunday gets your lawn growing and helps helps keep it healthy all season long.
My dormant grass is starting to bust. It's looking good. Last night we didn't get a ton of rain, but we got enough. It's looking green. I'm feeling very good about it. Thank you, Sunday, for helping me through the process.
You know, traditional lawn care lays down about 90 million pounds of pesticides each year. Could not be me. And Sunday's different. They're on a mission to change how people care for their yards. I mean, their custom plans include fertilizer and everything you need to easily care for your lawn with ingredients like seaweed, iron, molasses. You can feel good with kids and pets being around. You don't have to worry about that stuff. You don't need to worry about the 90 million pounds of pesticides each year when your dog's out there.
Damn.
All you have to do is visit getsunday.com. You put in your address, and their lawn analysis tool does the rest for you. They then use soil and climate data to create a personal nutrient plan delivered to your door when you need it. All you have to do is just attach the ready-to-use pouch to a garden hose, and you spray. It takes less than 15 minutes, and best of all, the stuff really works. I want you guys to both take pictures of your lawns. Let's have a lawn off.
Okay.
I might have one right now. I can show you.
All right. We'll see.
Let me see it.
We'll see about it.
You
Yeah.
want to see it?
The only way that I rate lawns is whether or not it's going to feel good under my toes.
Nice,
you can't
nice
actually
stick
see
boy.
my
You want a
lawn,
nice stick boy, don't you?
But you can't see my son looking.
I got my
out
toes in the
window.
lawn. I don't have a follow-up to
Are you
that.
doing like toes in the sand?
Yeah, I was trying to. Shouts to Jimmy Buffett and Zach Brown and the rest of the band.
They make it easy. They give you the plan. You can send your soil in. They'll tell you like, oh, you need this, this, and this. I used to try to do this myself before Sunday, like look up what I need to be laying down. Total beating. Total beating. They spell it out for you. It's
You had like
just-
a whole lab with like Bunsen burners and stuff in your garage at the Swing
I was
Academy.
trying to make my own nitrogen. Harder than it sounds.
You're trying to make your own nitrogen.
Correct. Particle divider.
Damn.
Oh, particle dividers divide particles.
Right.
This dude's over here splitting atoms and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Splitting atoms.
You guys want to hear some good news? Sunday's offering our listeners 20% off. Full season plan start at just $129, and you can get 20% off at checkout when you visit getsunday.com/steam20. That's 20% off your custom plan at getsunday.com/steam20. It's time. Squiddly-doo, squiddly-doo, squiddly-doo,
That's not how the music goes. It
squiddly-doo-doo-doo.
goes like this.
It's the final
I'm very
bit
sorry.
day.
I thought you were gonna do One Shining Moment, but that's a little bit harder to do.
I dated a girl whose uncle did One Shining Moment
Does anyone play
Wait,
that?
why did I know that?
because
You've
I've
us
told you that
this.
before. Yeah, she
Wait,
always
what?
brings it up. She always brings it up.
Wait, what'd she do? I
How
missed
much-
that.
He had to get paid on that.
I think he
right?
did. Yeah, her uncle. I think wrote or whatever. One
better-
Shining
You
Moment.
better be getting that mailbox money.
I think he might be. I mean, I don't know. I never met him.
Was her last name Barrett?
Yeah.
His name's David Barrett.
Yeah.
He's the writer of One Shining Moment on the song's origins, Luther Vandross, and more. Oh, there's a link.
Hey,
I'm
we have a
just reading
David and a
shit.
Barrett in Wash
I want some
Media.
Marvin Gaye.
Some Luther Vandross, a little Anita. Gonna set this party
Dude, you
off
sound just like
right.
Jamie Foxx.
This is the worst thing you've ever done. This is the worst 1 minute of audio.
Tell me that didn't sound just like him, except maybe a little bit better.
That was a fun part of the doc too.
A little Anita.
I don't understand how Kanye got so many. I mean, I know that he was producing for Jay-Z and he was on Rockefeller and stuff like that, but like Jamie Foxx wasn't some small get at that time. Like that was a big
No.
deal to
Was-
go over to his house and record in his studio.
Was that before or after Ray?
I
know
think
they
it had.
said-
I think it was before.
Gonna
was still a
set this
big deal.
party off right.
Ray came out in 2004, so they were kind of similar. Like Ray was probably in like post production when he was doing that. I'm making that
call
up.
it
I don't know
post.
the actual
He was in
timeline.
post. You're saying?
Yeah, he was in post. You know how it is.
Man, Ray Charles, very talented. You want to do the shit now or what?
Yeah, let's do the final four. Bit
What,
Madness,
Dave?
baby.
Say it with your chest, man.
No, you're right. He was very talented.
Yeah. I agree.
It's like your Elton John is
He was underrated. He's underrated.
underrated take.
When did you have that take?
People don't
Like a
appreciate
year
Elton
ago.
John enough.
I just feel like he's properly rated as one of the goats.
No.
Are you going to try to catch any of his like farewell tour? I've been seeing people going to the shows, and I'm a little
He'll do
bummed that I
another
didn't
one
make
in
this
2
happen.
years.
I don't know. I've seen him twice.
Don't do Elton like that. He had to delay this one.
What did Dave say?
He'll do another one in 2 years.
Wow, dude. So you saying he's a liar?
Him and George Strait.
I
Wow,
thought,
dude.
And the Who.
I thought you drafted him in your
Who?
high school friend's death draft this year.
No, we stopped doing that.
Don't do that to Elton.
No, I'm just
That's
no.
my dog,
if
man.
anything, I'm saying he's going to be able to perform in 2 years.
That's
a
my
positive.
dog.
That's a positive. Oh yeah, he's your dog. Name 5 songs.
Dude, he can straight up just tickle the ivory.
All right, who's up?
They used to call me Elton John back in the day.
Really, why?
I don't know. 'Cause I used to wear bedazzled suits to school every day in high school.
Benny and the Jets.
We
All
gotta
right,
do
I'm going to
bets.
keep singing until we go.
All right, our
Right now.
first matchup in the final four, the Mizzen and Main bracket champion 1940s Gangster Accents versus the champion of the Vizzy bracket, Tiny Dillon and Giant KJ.
Talk about some heavy hitters, man.
Do we have a time? Do we actually know which episode we did the 1940s gangster voices in first? Because I would like to see the first ever time we did that.
It
He
was-
told me 4 years ago. I'd believe it.
You could. I think
My
it was.
guess is 9 months ago.
I would say. You could tell me it was in the last 18 months, and I would believe that.
I think about 9 months. It feels like less than a year.
I still do it. I don't even do it just on the podcast. This is something I do around the house normally.
I still don't know why they speak that way. I want a theory. Like how did that happen?
I don't
Is
know.
it like vocal fry of today?
How
you
did
know?
how did they speak like in the 1800s? Like, did they have a different way of speaking then?
I
Like,
think there was like, hey, what y'all want to go get some coffee? Some, read the newspaper and shit.
I
think
think
it's just normal.
I truly think that it was the Roaring 20s. I think everybody was just doing. They didn't realize how bad cocaine was for you. They're just doing blow, making money, bootlegging and shit, going to the speakeasies, and
Oh,
they were just
that was-
everybody was hopped up.
dude,
and talking
that was the
fast.
era,
A lot
man.
of amphetamines,
Just
maybe some opium too.
bootleg liquor, just buying off the back of trucks and shit.
you guys have seen the movie Lawless with Shia LaBeouf and Tom Hardy?
The story of Alexei.
Highly recommend watching. If you're into dudes running liquor illegally and you're into dudes with big traps wearing cardigans, like I referenced earlier, that's
Tom Hardy's in it?
Yeah, Tom Hardy. His cardigan game and his trap game in that movie is stupid. I don't know if he just got done doing like Warrior or something before he started taping, but he's absolutely he went shreddy weddy.
Hey, these actors who are like, oh, I want to get ready for a role, and they'll like get down to go from like 28 to 4% body fat in like 16 days.
Randy just texted me, and he said this was around March 19th, 2021, when we first did the first ever 1940s Gangster Accents.
We invented it.
Was this because it was happened shortly thereafter when you worked here, Randy? It was our first ever TikTok.
Randy's got underrated knowledge of this company.
Yeah, Randy knows more about us than we know about ourselves.
He really does.
No, but really, how do these actors do it, man? I know they have like a trainer and nutrition and all that shit, but they do it so fast, and it's like
steroids, trainer, nutrition.
They do roids.
You could get absolutely disgustingly shredded in a month.
That's such a short amount of time.
Yeah, it's probably not healthy to put that kind of mass on, but
I
Tom
mean,
Hardy, I feel like is naturally a bigger dude.
Yeah, I think he's just one of those naturally hot big dudes.
Look at Efron in Baywatch. You know,
don't mind if I
Holy
do.
shit.
Don't mind if I do.
He was too shredded.
And I know he was already like a pretty lean, you know, muscular guy, but my goodness,
He's the kind of shredded that I would never want to be, because if you eat like one thing of fries one night,
you're
going to notice it.
Yeah,
it's going to tank you.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to find. I saw an Instagram the other day from Rob McElhenney.
Gronkowski.
How do you say it? Who's the dude from Always Sunny? I don't know how to say his last name.
Sure.
And he pretty much like he posted. Remember when he was like out of shape and then he got absolutely jacked for that season of Always Sunny? He's like, I don't understand why everyone does this. And then he went through his entire routine of just like having the studio pay for someone to cook all of his meals and train him every day and stuff like that. Yeah, it's like, no, that's just what they do.
Yeah.
Whenever people are like, oh my God, like they're in such great shape. It's like, well, yeah.
Dude.
Like, yeah.
Men's Health, like every other Men's Health, because I used to be a subscriber, was like Jim from The Office, like his transition to becoming a Navy SEAL. And it would be like this spread and like the exercise he did. I'm like, they're not talking about the HGH, the trainer, as well as the nutritionist. Like, yeah, I'm sure he's really going through this workout, and that's how he did it in 6 weeks.
Hey, so I have a question. Your Men's Health comment kind of made me wonder about this. So I think that my neighbor, I think her and her boyfriend have broken up, but he's still getting Golf Digest to our apartment.
Those are years now.
Yeah. How long until how long do I have to let the breakup, simmer for before I can start stealing those Golf Digests?
Wait, are they addressed to him or her?
Him.
And they're just sitting in front of her door?
They're sitting in our mail room because he doesn't have a mailbox. So they're just sitting on a table, and I'm like,
are they living together?
I guess.
Because that's weird to just have your Golf Digest delivered to your
if they're just sitting there, they're yours.
I think it's mine now.
Yeah. Just like that jet ski.
I think the guy was also a tchotch bag.
Golf Digest is my #1 plain hard reading material.
I've retired from buying magazines at the airport.
I love
just doing mental swing reps.
100%.
30 feet.
I love getting another swing thought in my head for the upcoming trip.
Yeah, I just refuse. It seems like they could, if everyone's golf swing was just like, if everyone wants the perfect golf swing, don't they just need to release one edition of the Golf Digest to like show everyone what to do?
Platinum edition, and it's in like a Ziploc bag.
Why do they sell Why do they sell Playboys and stuff at airports? Do they still do that? They used to sell them and have like the covered up like plastic wrap on them, and I was always like, what psycho is buying a Playboy in the airport?
Who's opening this on a plane?
You can just look at porn on your phone now.
Yeah, don't be a weirdo. Look at porn on your phone and they play.
Oh, I like to read the articles. No, you don't.
There's actually some pretty good journalism done there. So
remember when they decided to stop going nude? Idiot.
Yeah, I think they doubled back on that one.
I know. Like, well, we should probably go nude again. And
that's always the right choice.
Do you think you'll get any Playgirl offers once Shreddy Weddy season?
I hope so. I'll pose nude.
You won't even send feet pics to people. Like, you're not going to pose nude.
Yeah, if I get paid.
Didn't they also send a pretty rocking cease and desist or demand letter over to Grand X early on?
Grand X had to write a very big check to Playboy.
Why? Right. Oh, because they used photos from shoots or something?
And it was an article I didn't write, but I approved. This is before we had like let's be careful what images we put on the site. Meeting.
Wild West, Will.
It was. And so there was a girl who was...
You don't want to see my hand where my hip be at?
It was like a sorority girl.
Chris Rock didn't want to see his hand where his hip be at either.
Sorry, we're topical.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
I remember.
Anyway.
Did it come... I know on WordPress we could see who published and who approved these columns. Did it all trickle down to you?
I'll tell you, I know exactly who wrote it.
Yeah, you don't have to add him.
Don't add him.
I'm not.
I know who wrote it too.
He doesn't care. I'm sure he wouldn't care, but yeah, they initially demanded like $85K per image, which was going to set us back like a cool $1 million.
That's excessive.
And then we negotiated it. I'd say I had no part of the negotiation, but Grand X negotiated that down.
This is before my time.
Yeah.
I would have just gotten us out of it personally.
Dave, from a legal standpoint, like if you go to them and you're like, guys, we're a small company and we fucked up. Like, do you think that they'd be like nicer to you at all, or are they just like, nah, fuck you?
Yeah. Well, I think at that point, their business model was failing because, again, people can just watch porn on their phone.
Yeah.
So they were just firing these out to everybody.
They hire these law firms or collections agencies that all they do is go try to protect your image rights, and they search. They do the reverse Google search. They try to find anybody who's posted them on a blog without licensing it. And then next thing you know, you're getting that letter and you're negotiating. That's a pretty frequent thing we had to do. But $85K per image.
It was
hilarious.
something like asinine like that.
Like, dude, we literally can't pay this.
Yeah, can't do that, sir.
We can go to court and you can spend money on lawyers, or we can just pay you like $5,000 per image, which is still a fucking lot. I don't even know what the number
it's still ridiculous.
I think we settled for like 60-something K.
Total. All that to say, Tiny Dillon, Big KJ goes through for Dave.
Ooh.
Are you kidding me?
That's not. Why would I joke about?
You're voting against Gangster's voices.
Y'all two can.
He's having them sleep with
What
the
are you
fish.
doing?
You guys can put me.
Well, Will,
in
you know who
my
I'm
place.
voting for. I'm 40s Gangster voices all the way.
This is hard. This
No,
is
it's not.
hard.
It's not.
This is hard because I get a lot of enjoyment out of doing 1940s gangster accents. I also get a lot of enjoyment every time I see.
That was a very fleeting,
Randy,
fun
can you
part
pull
of
up
our
the
history.
image if you
It was here and it was gone.
I just want to look at it.
Yeah, if Randy can pull up the image, that might help me make my decision right now.
It was fleeting. It was short.
And like
We laughed at it and we moved on.
Look, we learned, if you listened to Too Much Dip the other day, KJ's moving to Wisconsin. And like, I just feel like it's only right that he makes a run like this.
That's fair. This is kind of his Cinderella story right now.
It's his one shining moment.
It's not.
It's his one giant shining moment.
You're so tiny.
Yeah, it's
Dude, what
Photoshopped.
No, it's not. How is that photoshopped? How is that photoshopped?
Because if this were to actual scale, I would weigh about 1/8 of what KJ weighs, and that is just simply not accurate.
well,
KJ's
he
the
played
mountain.
college football. Like, yeah, he's going to be bigger than you. I don't know why you're upset over it.
KJ is a large man. Like, don't get me wrong, but he's not 180 pounds larger than I am.
Dude, that's more than that. That's like a different.
And this was also perfect because it happened right around the time when
way I'm looking
Biden
up
met
at him
Jimmy
is-
Carter and just absolutely dwarfed him.
The way I'm
we
looking
gotta
up
find
at him
that
is
photo.
funny,
You're the Jimmy
man.
Carter of this situation.
A one-term president, Dylan.
That's all I would want if I was president. I don't think
Yeah.
I'd run for re-election.
Especially if I was in my 70s. I don't want to spend the last decent years
Look-
of my life in the fucking
Look, the
Oval
corner
Office.
of his laptop is missing.
No, that's just a glitch from
That
the
sticker
camera.
is just hovering.
Yeah.
right
That's
in
just a
midair.
glitch. Yeah, he's got to get some stuff on that sticker because if the sticker's just hanging out there, there's gonna get a bunch of dust and hair on it.
Is there
Dust and
anything worse
hair.
than hair on a sticker, the sticky side?
There are a few things that are worse.
Mm-mm.
but
gotta
yeah.
Literally nothing.
You're
Literally
like, do
nothing.
I just throw the
I'll
sticker
throw-
out or do I peel it off?
I'll throw something worse out. The Holocaust.
War,
Okay, yeah.
famine.
Yeah.
No, but dude, but
Homelessness.
no, but when your sticker gets
It's
a
a real
little
problem.
dust and hair on it, it's like fuck.
Blech.
What am I supposed to do
Oh,
now?
I hate hair.
It's gross. Yeah.
Oh, I hate hair.
Uh,
So
What?
much so that I'm losing my own.
How come hair on the head isn't gross, but when it falls off, it's like, oh,
If it's in my food, you better. You know what's
you
weird?
better
This-
look out.
What I have to say, this is psychotic. What I'm about to say. Will still has to vote. I am more likely to continue to eat my meal if I find one of Randy's hairs, which happens quite frequently in it, as opposed to like a miscellaneous human hair.
I'm numb to it at this point, unless it's a long hair. Because if it's not a long hair, I have to assume it's from me. I'm a hairy boy. And with that being said, I'm not sending Tiny Dillon through.
The curlier the
Instead,
hair, the
I'm
grosser
mainly
it's, yeah.
sending Giant KJ through to the
Why is it-
vote.
Oh no way!
It's big boy season.
Wee.
What? That's in the championship?
You heard him.
Y'all do this just y'all have
No.
a handshake agreement
No,
before
we-
we
no,
do
we
these.
don't.
Yeah, that's
Swear.
why El Glazidente won last year, which is bullshit. That's
No,
not
Are
even
you
the
kidding?
funny thing.
No,
That Randy is the one
this
who made
is
that
such
win.
bullshit.
That one last year. That one last year because of the I don't think Glizadente would have won last year if it wasn't for the photoshopped image of you at the podium as a hot dog.
Look at me.
That honestly did it.
Look me in the eye when I ask you this question.
What?
And answer honestly.
Okay.
I'm going to read you. Do you guys have a handshake agreement before these tournaments start?
You don't
No.
have to keep calling it a handshake.
Absolutely
agreement.
not. Absolutely not.
David?
No.
David?
I've not discussed this outside of.
Why aren't you
this
looking
on-
at it? Look
I'll
right
say
here.
this. I'll say this. Last year there might have been
Why would we?
there might have been a tacit understanding last year that I was not going to vote against El Glizadente. That is not the case this year. Like number 3, Tiny Dillon and Giant KJ is not guaranteed to win at this point. We
Okay.
have a lot going on.
If y'all vote for that over either Cosmo Bartender or What's the Damage, I know that there's some shady under the table shit going on.
Okay.
Here.
The winner of the Liquid IV part of the bracket is Cosmo Bartender. I could have used a couple Liquid IVs after I met him. That was my hungover day in Vegas. Number 1 seed in the Bird Dogs bracket, What's the
Wait.
Damage?
That was your hungover day.
Well, no, in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
In Vegas. No, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday were my non-Vegas
Oh,
hungover
boy.
days.
Oh boy.
No, never mind. Okay, just let's go.
Number 2, Cosmo Bartender versus number 1 seed. What's the Damage? I'm going to go first here because this is an easy one for me. As much as I enjoy asking what the damage is numerous times an episode, the Cosmo Bartender, he really hit his stride at the correct time. He won his conference tournament and was like, nope, this is me.
Yeah, they're shooting like 65% from 3 in the tournament. Like they just absolutely everything's going in.
He owns 2 Firehouse subs.
I think he sold them. I just think you got to point that out.
Dave,
longer.
no need to vote on this one because Cosmo Bartender is
Oh,
absolutely going through.
I would have voted for Cosmo.
You follow me?
Hey, do the people get? Well, who's winning amongst the listeners?
Not sure yet. I haven't been keeping track.
What?
The bracket name that is currently winning is called Dylan is a Wine Mom.
What?
I don't get it.
You do like a fat glass of red.
Oh yeah, but I'm not a mom. I love moms, but I'm not one.
Sometimes I wonder.
Do you have you
What is? I've never heard that.
I know you
joke.
have a baseball game tonight.
Why are you roast handing me? I don't. My son.
He's trying
Your
to get
son
the
does.
thumbnail. He's thumbnail chasing.
I'm not thumbnail chasing. Have you been to any of his games yet with a cocktail?
No.
Okay, just
No,
making sure.
No.
Why not?
But I am working the concession stand tonight.
Ooh, you gonna smuggle some glizzies out of there?
Do
I'm
we
gonna
have to
smuggle
go?
Glizzy.
Are you handing out hot dogs? Do they serve hot dogs there?
I don't know if they have hot dogs. I don't think so. I think it's all. I don't think they have anything to cook with in there.
Dude,
It's just all like
Dave,
sodas
can we go to his
and
game tonight?
snacks.
Yeah.
Let's just show up.
Where's it at? Harrington Park?
Northwest Little League. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's okay.
Oh, you're gonna get listeners like out in the outfield yelling "Chili Dog."
Chili dog.
Parks.
That'd be kind of funny, honestly.
Chili Dog, come on, Chili Dog.
He's got some confidence. He's gonna smack the ball around the yard today, man. Check it out.
They're using those aluminum bats, right?
Mm.
Aluminium.
Yeah, they don't use wood bats. They're 6 and 7. So
Why not? You can't. They're not
What's
strong enough to
what's
break
the
'em.
difference at this point? What's the difference?
weight mostly. It's hard to get that wood bat around.
What are wood bats made out of? Oak?
Wood.
Makes sense.
They're
Pecan-
different. They're
pecan
different.
tree.
Like, do different hitters have different like woods, or is there one that is like a blanket normal bat for a major leaguer?
Major league ball players get to design their bats, and there are a few different wood options to choose from. Yes, I don't know the most common. Probably is oak. I know that Barry Bonds, I believe, used a maple bat, which is more rare.
Okay.
You know that's why I got kicked off the high school baseball team.
Why?
They said I could never play UIL because I was using a California red bat.
Really?
Yeah, we actually went out there
Really?
and cut one down, which is illegal.
It's also weird because in high school you don't use wood bats.
I did.
Really,
If you wanted to, could you?
They called
In
me
high
Wo-
school?
They called me Woody.
I don't think so.
Like if you were just like, no, I need to use a wood bat.
No,
So-
you could. A dude at Dunkerville did.
That's such a hard move.
He was doing it as a bit. Like
Sure
he
the coach
wasn't-
loved that.
He wasn't serious. He never made. I don't think he ever made the varsity team.
Maple, ash is another one. Birch, bamboo? No.
I'm seeing bamboo as well.
That's kind of chill.
We're probably looking
That's
at the same
interesting.
thing.
I'm
I knew
only a
that-
bamboo bat guy.
I knew that ash was another common one.
You can kiss my ash.
Types of. Anyway, we don't have to keep going down this.
Toast your glass to girls with class. I always say that.
Man, it's actually a felony to cut down a California redwood.
That's
but
why you got kicked out because you're a felon.
they didn't press. No, yeah. Well, they didn't press charges. They made me go back. I had to plant a bunch of seeds across the country. They're calling me Davy Appleseed.
Dude, I'm sure those trees will grow back in the next 200 years.
Were you planting apple trees or redwoods?
They're calling Willie Applegeed because the GDI.
It's good. That's good.
That is good.
That's good.
Oh, that's stupid. Who won, Cosmo? Okay. And we get to pick the winner now?
The Bit Madness championship round. We got the number 3 seed, Tiny Dillon, Giant KJ, versus number 2, Cosmo Bartender. How scared is Dylan right now?
64 bits. 2 left. You follow me?
I feel like some people are going to be unhappy either way.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. No, there's always going to be a bunch of fans that leave unhappy from any championship game, David.
That's a great, I mean, that's honestly the realest thing you've ever said.
Thank you. Who wants to vote first? I don't want the onus.
I'll go.
Okay.
Oh, God. I know exactly how this is going to
Cosmo
play out.
Bartender was, it's an inside joke. And this is how a lot of bits start that we brought to the pod. And that I think to this day, we are the only people who have experienced it. Listen to the show. Tiny Dillon, Giant KJ, was something that everyone experienced at some point. Like they realized, wow, this is a thing. We put it out there on social.
I'm seeing something special, you know?
This is a 2 versus a 3. And because I think I know how at least one of you is going to vote, I want to make it interesting. And for me, personally, the one that I have gotten the most joy out of, even though I often walk around my house talking in such a manner, Tiny Dillon goes through.
There's no way what you just said was sincere
Dylan's a scared
and
boy.
genuine. There's no way.
I don't like the way that you intimidated the other teams in the
It
tunnel.
is impossible if you get more enjoyment out of a picture of a Photoshop picture of KJ and me over how much fun we've had with the Cosmo Bartender.
It's pretty funny, and it's not arguably not Photoshop.
It's like it's slightly humorous and like, okay, you move on with your day.
Dylan's
Kinda
like the
fun.
bad guy at the end of Teen Wolf when Michael J. Fox is taking the free throw and he's standing under the hoop. They just let him stand right there and stare him down.
Look how big my Yeti is.
Isn't it weird how he tried to intimidate me after the last round?
It's a 100-ounce Yeti.
The way that he stared me in the eyes, like I feel like I was kind of
What
violated.
you got, Dylan?
Oh, you want the onus on Will?
I'm just asking a question.
Do I need to vote? You know it's Cosmo Bartender. I decided
That's a
before
good
this
one.
tournament I was going to vote it all the way to the championship. That's how much I'm into it.
I didn't even notice how big your Yeti was in that photo.
The microphone's as big as my head.
Dude, someone must have photoshopped the Yeti.
Oh yeah, that's
is that
weird,
what-
man.
Somebody really went all out.
Yeah, why'd they Photoshop the Yeti and like compromise the rest of the photo? Is the onus on me?
You know the onus is on you.
Ooh, and it
Here
feels
we go.
good. I love having it all over me. Well, as much as I love both of these, and I don't think either of these are going anywhere. If anything, I think we need to start using the Tiny Dillon Giant KJ graphic more.
That's how I'm going to remember KJ when he's in Madisonville.
Madison. No, Madisonville.
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 Isn't that what they call part of it or something?
I
Madisonville.
don't know, man.
The Cosmo Bartender, I have to admit, my memory of him is kind of fuzzy. I hung out with him for a long time, but it was after
Because he was serving us drinks, getting us twisted, having a good time.
I do have some beef with the Cosmo Bartender, as he wouldn't start a tab. He would only charge you $17 per cocktail and then hand your card back, and that was
part of the fun.
that was a little frustrating. That being said, Cosmo Bartender is the Bit Madness champion of this
Let's
year.
go. Let's go.
I would love to make Dylan miserable by again having
Wow,
him be the
thank you.
butt of a giant joke.
What a
great friend you are. You want to make me miserable.
Yeah, but I can't vote against the hottest hand in the game right now, which is the man himself who owns 2 Firehouse subs. Maybe he sold them. He's seen numerous women's under stuff because he's
Undercarriage.
just very proud of that fact about himself.
Oh, I missed that.
Oh, you missed that? Where
he's a little pervy.
That thousands of women have flashed their downstairs at him
Oh, yes.
at the bar.
That's a thing that happens typically to bartenders.
Right. Like
in
maybe
Vegas.
once some crazy night, thousands.
I can go on record right now saying that I have never had that happen to me.
Never.
It never happened
Not
at
once.
Subway.
Yeah.
What about Firehouse?
It didn't
Subs?
happen at the Harbor Point Golf Club either.
Didn't happen at Singular Wireless either.
Really? You didn't just
Yeah.
have like just girls coming in, just loving it? It's time, baby.
Wow.
We gotta talk Eric Church. People are mad.
This Weekend in Fun presented by Vizzy. Hey, you guys enjoy good vibes?
I love a good
Immaculate
vibe.
vibes only.
What does a good vibe mean to you guys?
Oh, just good people, good energy, you know.
Just walking into the garage to the fridge that's already in my garage, opening it up and finding like a mimosa busy.
Damn, that is a vibe.
Does that help you out there?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes like the party after the party, it's a vibe. A free afternoon on a Friday, a vibe. Vizzy hard seltzer made with antioxidant vitamin C, big vibe. As the first hard seltzer with antioxidant vitamin C and bold, delicious dual fruit flavors, Vizzy hard seltzer passes the vibe check. Vizzy just launched the first nationwide mimosa hard seltzer. Yeah, I didn't start it there. We're talking Mimo hard seltzies.
Sounds fantastic. Can't wait to try.
They've taken the classic OJ and champagne duo to a new level by creating a hard seltzer inspired by the cocktail. Vizzy Mimosa Hard Seltzer is made with real OJ and is going to come in 4 delicious flavors. You guys ready for these?
Do you know how I know these are all going to be good?
How?
Vizzy does not miss.
They don't miss. They got Straub's orange, pineapple orange, peach orange, and pommy orange. Are you kidding me?
Palmy orange.
Mhm.
Pomegranate.
These all come with your classic superfruit acerola cherry, and each variety pack offers 4 delicious fruit flavors with that same antioxidant vitamin C. They even have pineapple mango, black cherry lime, strawberry kiwi. I can't get my mind off the mimosa ones. I need to try the peach orange mimosa.
Yeah, I need to try all
That's
the
the
mimosas.
one that's really catching my eye.
I don't know why. I'm not usually a peach guy because I usually get them down in Georgia, but I guess I can go to the convenience store and get some in a Vizzy mimosa pack.
That is your most used emoji, though. I've seen yours, Liz.
Facts. I'm mad horny.
Right.
Vizzy hard seltzer, the hard seltzer that passes the vibe check because Vizzy is a vibe. If you're like me and eager to try the Vizzy hard seltzer, here's how you can do so. To find out where you can purchase Vizzy, go to VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed. That's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/washed to get updates on their latest flavor drops and more. Sign up to their emails at VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. Again, that's VizzyHardSeltzer.com/subscribe. Must be 21 or older. Dylan, what are you doing this weekend?
Thank you for asking, Will. Although tonight is not the weekend, I got Parks' baseball game, which I'm very excited about. I will have to watch it, however, from the concession stand out beyond left field, as I am
That's a bummer.
volunteering. I'll still see plenty of action, I'm sure.
You got binocs?
No binocs. I'll be fine.
A telescope?
I have good eyesight. Friday it's gonna be a low key evening. Brittany and I both have the kids that night. Maybe watch a movie, something low key like that. Maybe go to dinner somewhere. I don't really know. Saturday, big day. Lil Bay is turning 5, and Lil Bay has a birthday party. It's gonna be pretty similar to the one that Parks had at our house. It will be at our house, bouncy house situation. It's gonna be fun. Cannot wait for that. I think you guys are even invited. We'll find out in a couple of minutes if you're actually going to attend or not, I guess. It's going to be a good weekend, man. Sunday's wide open. Got no Parks that day. If y'all want to vibe with me Sunday.
I might be able to vibe on Sunday.
Maybe drink a Vizzy with me. I'll be down for that. Maybe
Maybe.
hang out in Dave's garage.
Maybe.
Ooh.
Will's pool. I don't know.
Ooh.
I'll
Tough
say
choice.
this.
Hey.
My pool is very cold right now.
Maybe hang out in our new office as we get to move in on Friday.
I'm not going to just go hang out in an empty office all weekend. That'd be weird.
But the option will be available to us.
True.
Maybe
True.
go spend the night there. Make sure it's not haunted.
We can play a roller hockey game in there.
Ooh, I hope it is haunted.
That'd be
It'd
tight.
make for good content.
That'd be tight.
Dave, tell me I'm wrong.
Wouldn't be great for our lease.
It just depends if it's benevolent or not.
Could be a friendly ghost.
Could be.
And that concludes my weekend.
What's
It's been
Davey
fun.
getting into?
Just stared into my soul.
I thought you were going to start talking about your weekend, dog.
I got news, Will. There's not much to talk about.
Makes sense.
But I had to change my plans. I was going to this Eric Church concert. And he canceled it so he could go watch his beloved UNC Tar Heels.
Did he go to UNC or is he just a Tar Heels fan?
I don't know.
That changes things for me.
It does, but it's also Carolina Duke, so that does I kind of get where he's coming from. People are mad, but I'm not that mad. I was going to go to his show. I've been a big Eric Church fan since he was like selling sectionals from Rooms to Go. His like Eric Church collection.
Carolina Duke sounds like a girl that's out of my league that went to like Clemson or something.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
That is good.
There's got to be a Carolina Duke out there.
For sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a house divided that named their daughter that.
We really don't have much planned at all. I'm working on my game, trying to get it ready to bring to a course to not embarrass myself. So I'll probably get out to Gray Rock, hit off the mats because that's usually what you do when you go out there. I have not received an invitation to this party. I checked the mail yesterday.
This one should have been virtual.
Oh,
Ooh, an Evite, a classic Evite.
Facebook or no?
We don't do Facebook, David.
I don't think I got it. But that's okay. That's
Sure
okay.
you're invited.
I might be watching the Valero.
Texas Open?
I got to see who's playing. I got to see who's hitting the ball well. We got the Masters the week after.
Of course, home of Kevin Na's. What is that, a 14?
Is that where he did that?
Yeah.
Nah.
Make him say,
No. Okay.
Nah. Kevin Na.
Will, just go ahead and give us your weekend, please.
You know, I'm not sure what I'm doing this weekend. These last 2 weekends have been very Will heavy in the DeFreeze household. Yeah, a couple weekends ago, I played golf twice. Doing that with an 11-month-old it's going to put you up against the wall a little bit. And last weekend, I had a family member in town, so I totally took over that weekend as well.
You played all your fun cards at this point. You got
This weekend is weekend of Sally. I'm just going to follow her around like a little lap dog. I will say, as I missed the homie's birthday for COVID purposes, I didn't want to spread COVID at your son's birthday.
We appreciate that.
Yeah. Unless I get COVID between now and Saturday, I will probably be attending Lil Bay's birthday party.
That'd be great, man.
I'm gonna get this absolutely twisted.
You should. We're gonna have some adult bevies there, Dave. You like adult bevies?
I've got an update. It was not a 14. It was a 16.
Good for him.
16.
It was shockingly worse.
He hit it into the woods.
It wasn't Valero though.
Did not take a drop. He just played it out of there.
Been there.
Facts.
Hero shots.
That's it. I don't have much else. Not a lot of footy
Very cool.
in the pipeline for me.
Okay.
So we'll see.
Well, everyone have a safe and fun weekend.
You don't even mean that.
We
I
love
lied.
you.
I do have footy this weekend. I'm a straight liar. What time's the birthday party on Saturday?
11:30.
Perfect. Right when Manchester United game starts. Can we put that on the outdoor TV? Please say yes.
Well, I got to run that by Bay.
I'll give you my Peacock login.
Oh, dude, I'm good.
Do we have F1?
We shouldn't. Three in a row would be pretty aggressive.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a lot.
We got Australia in April. Okay.
Oh, down under.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Bye.